Hey Libra, so today we're going to go over your February 2018 forecast. Before we get into that, I want to let you know that I will be doing a Valentine's Day special on self-love. So if you're interested in that, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out. And now we'll get into your February 2018 reading where we'll go over how the month is going to go for you guys, things you need to let go of to make it a more productive month, obstacles you may encounter, strengths you can use to leverage, strengths you can leverage so that you can make it an even better month, practical action steps you can take, and the overall guidance that you need to hear. So what I get for you guys for, I guess it's kind of how you guys have been maybe right now or very early February, is you guys have kind of like boxed yourself in or bottled yourself in. It's like you guys have been working on something, or you guys have been a little bit reclusive. Yeah, so I'll just kind of go with that thought that I was getting originally. Is like you guys have been working on something and your mind has just been on what you're working on, and you have not really been outside that world. You've kind of been in your world, just working on what you're working on, thinking about what you're thinking about. You haven't really branched out. You just have been in your mental space, and just, yeah, you guys just haven't really branched out. You've just been so focused on what you've been working on or thinking about. And that's like the only world that you guys have been in. Like, it's like the outside world doesn't exist or hasn't existed for you guys in a little while. And I think you guys are starting to hit that point where you're ready to branch out. Maybe you've started, or you've tried to start, but you've just kind of been stuck like in your world. But yeah, I think that maybe this month, like, we'll see what else comes out throughout this reading, but I think this month might be about you guys trying to branch out more, trying to like realize that the world is around you again, trying to go back into it. And just kind of the feel that I'm getting right now is that I think you guys are ready for that. I think you guys are kind of excited about it, feeling good about it, wanting to warm up to people and like get out there again and just like be a part of the world again. I think the reason why you guys have been in this more reclusive state where you're just focused on what you're doing and the rest of the world doesn't really exist is because it almost feels safer to do that. It's like there's so much going on in the world and so much that could go wrong that it is safer and easier to just focus on yourself, buckle down, kind of just not really interact with what's going on around you and just focus on you and just be a little bit more hermit-like or a little bit more reclusive than I guess maybe you typically would be, just because it's like, it's safer. And the reason why you guys may think that it's safer is because maybe you guys have been hurt recently, maybe in the past 2 weeks or so. And I think, yeah, it was like you guys were emotionally hurt, and I think it might be more likely in your private life. And so being reclusive and just focusing on yourself is kind of your way to compensate for that hurt, and not compensate for that hurt, but like allow you to kind of ignore that, and like instead of focusing on the hurt, you just channel all of your energy onto something else. And it's like a distraction and kind of a way for you to, because when you're hurt, you don't really, yeah, it's like sometimes when you're hurt, you really want to move forward and or act like you're not hurt or not allow yourself to realize that you've been hurt. You kind of just want to numb yourself and move forward and act like it didn't happen or like it didn't affect you. And so this is one of the ways of doing that, is like you get more reclusive and you get more into your work. And that's, you just kind of channel as much of your energy, your mental energy in that way, and you hope that your emotional energy will follow too, and that you won't be able to feel the hurt as much or like focus it on it as much and just kind of like almost act like it didn't happen or like it didn't hurt you. So yeah, I guess that's kind of why you guys have been reclusive, is because you've been hurt, and this is your way of feeling safe, your way of feeling like you're moving forward, you're not stuck, you're not affected by it. Yeah, but I think what I was feeling earlier was that you guys are ready to like branch out again. So that's really good. That means that you guys are starting to feel like the world is safe again, and you guys are feeling like good internally, and so that's good. Well, yeah, we'll see what else I get. So actually what I'm getting is that, so whenever you get hurt and then you try to distract yourself and act like it didn't happen or like it didn't affect you, at some point you do have to come to terms with what has happened. just because you think you can mentally ignore something does not mean that you've actually processed through it. And in order to be able to move forward on something, you have to process. You have to go through that whole, I don't know, what is it, like the grieving process, whatever. I don't think you guys have to go through all those steps, but basically, like, you can't distract yourself from your emotions for forever. At some point, you have to deal with them. You have to face them, really. And I think that this month is actually going to be a little bit about that. It's going to be about facing those emotions that you guys have been trying to numb yourself from or cut yourself off from. Yeah, so I think this month is going to be, you know, about you guys dealing with that. I do want to say that despite the fact that you guys got hurt, and of course this month you guys are going to be having to really come to terms with that and face that, I think you guys are going to be okay. Like, it's not going to be a fun month, really, just because, I mean, you have to process through this, and it's not fun. It's, you know, it's sad, it's hurtful. But I think you guys are going to be okay. I feel like you guys are the kinds of people that can see the light at the end of the tunnel and know that eventually you're going to get there. And so I feel like you guys have an optimism to where even though you have a disappointment that you've been dealing with, and yeah, you guys are going to be feeling a little bit down, that it doesn't really get to you because you see that light at the end of the tunnel. You're optimistic. And yeah, I just think that this month is not going to be... You're running away from a pain because pain can be really difficult to deal with. I think you guys are going to handle it just fine. I'm not saying that you guys are going to be like... I'm not saying that it's going to be like a super happy month, but you guys are going to be fine. You guys aren't going to be super depressed. You guys are going to be able to move on because you just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So earlier I was saying how I felt like you guys are ready to branch out into the world again. So yeah, I think that you guys have been reclusive because you've been hurt. And now you're ready to go out into the world and start meeting people again and interacting with it. And it is going to be difficult. You're going to have times when you really don't want to do that. Because it is hard. It is hard to be hurt and then have to go out there and act like you're not when inside you are. But I think that you guys should do that. I think that you don't have to take every opportunity that comes your way to go out, but I think you should take a few of them. And I think you guys should go out there. I think you guys should just go out, hang out with people, socialize. Try your best to enjoy yourself. And I think it will be a struggle. But towards the end of the month, you will start to feel more comfortable with it. Not entirely comfortable, but towards the end of the month, I think you guys will start to get the hang of it. And, you know, realize that it's okay. And yeah, I think that most of this month is going to be you guys practicing, getting used to that, just dealing with that, like getting out into the world and kind of having to be one way with others, but feeling completely differently inside. But I think it will be really good for you guys. I think it is a step towards like moving forward for you guys. The thing that I get that you guys need to let go for February of 2018 is the idea that an ending has to be an ending. Just because something has ended or seems like it's ended doesn't mean that it has ended. A lot of life actually is about cycles and going around in that cycle and completing cycles. And yeah, that's just kind of what I get for you guys, is that endings don't always have to be endings. And things just aren't always so black and white. Life and people and situations just have so many layers of complexity. And if you only look at things on the surface, then you're missing just so much more of what's actually going on. And a lot of the times all you can really see is the surface. So, I mean, I can understand why that's like all you would want to go off of, but there can just be so many complexities that you just don't really know, like what led to something, what created something, what's actually going on, what's actually going to happen as a result. Yeah, so basically, like, endings don't have to be endings. Life works in cycles, and just understand that things aren't always so black and white, and there's layers of complexity to everything. The obstacle that I see that you guys may deal with in February of 2018 is, so I see the obstacle happening more towards the middle of the month, maybe like a little earlier than that. And basically I see you guys going out and having a good time, and then the obstacle is that you guys like may actually have a really, really good time. You may really enjoy yourself and just have an amazing time to where you really feel like happy inside. And the obstacle that I see for you guys is that you guys may not allow yourself to feel that happy. You may like suddenly feel really happy and then realize it and then try to curb your happiness and bring yourself back down. And I think you guys are going to be doing that because either like you don't feel like you should be that happy, but I think it's more that you worry that if you allow yourself to feel that good and that happy, that because you're not fully healed yet, you are going to fall. And so you think that if you allow yourself to be that happy, when you fall back down again, it's going to hurt that much more and you're going to fall that much further or lower. But what I get for you guys is that, yeah, like you are going to have that like falling period because it takes a little time to heal, but you guys really need to take your happy moments when you get them and just really make the most of them, because even though like it may hurt when you fall, when like reality hits you again, when you're not feeling like, when that really happy feeling has kind of died down, it all is helpful to your healing. And so I really just don't think you guys should curb your happy feelings. Don't cut it out. Don't try to diminish it. Really feel it. Really enjoy the moment. And like just be so carefree in that moment. If you guys are having one of those moments where you're just so happy and feeling carefree, really experience it to the fullest, because that is really only going to help you. So I really, really encourage you guys to just, when you're feeling happy, just milk it. Just feel really happy. Allow yourself to like truly feel it. Enjoy that moment. Don't question it. Don't hold yourself back. Just really feel good. Really enjoy it. And I think that in the long run that is going to help you guys. I think it's going to make your month a lot better and help your healing process. Like, I think it's going to speed up your healing process if you guys would do that. The strength that I get that you guys can leverage for February is people really like you guys because of how non-reactive you can be, which when I say that probably makes no sense. So if they come to you with some kind of problem or disappointment, you guys basically just say, okay. And you don't, sorry, somebody just opened the door. Yeah, so you guys are just very non-reactive. So it's like, yeah, somebody comes to you with a problem and then, or something that might disappoint you, and you guys, like I was saying, you guys just say, okay. And that non-reactiveness, they really appreciate, because they're having a hard time coming to you with that. They don't know how you're going to react, and then you're just like, okay. And because you guys do that, it comes off as being very supportive of them. And so people absolutely love you guys for that, for your ability to just be like, okay, and then just be supportive, and then that's that. You don't get on them about anything. You don't get upset. You don't like overreact. You just say, okay. And you guys really need to be that way with yourselves, because now you're coming to yourself with a disappointment. And you need to be supportive of yourself, just the way that you are with everybody else. Don't overreact about it. Don't get on yourself about it. Just think of it as if someone was coming to you with that disappointment or that problem, and just tell yourself, okay. And I just think that it's just so supportive for other people. Like, it's just, you guys are really there for other people. And so I just think that if you guys could do this for yourself, you would really be there for yourself. And now is when you guys really need to be there for yourself. So support yourself, just say okay. And yeah, I think that it's kind of a way of loving yourself the way that you love other people. In terms of the practical action steps that I get for you guys for this month, I get that this is really more a month of healing for you. And so that really should be your focus. And when I say healing, I really mean more like going out and having a good time and like really trying to interact with people and just socialize with them and just really enjoy the moment. And so I think that like definitely do what you need to do in your business. do what needs to get done. Don't neglect that. But this is not really the month for you guys to really push too hard in your business. Don't do too much that's extra. Just do what you need to do for now. If you want to do a little bit to move the needle forward, that's fine. But I really think that most of your time, like, do what you need to do in your business, and then the rest of the time should be spent really just like feeling better, and then spending time with people and socializing and relaxing and enjoying yourself, and really just like becoming more whole or complete, I guess, in yourself. You guys aren't incomplete, but you know, like that feeling of like, I don't feel fully like myself. So really come back to yourself, I guess, and do that by, yeah, socializing with other people. I think that's the way to do it for you guys, because you guys have already been so like focused on just your little bubble already. So now is the time to branch out. Yeah, so that's really what I get for you guys. It's like, don't, this is not really the month for you guys to go above and beyond in your work or your business. This is the month when you guys need to take time for yourselves. In terms of the overall guidance that I get for you guys for this month, I get that you guys are really ready to grow from whatever's happened from this experience. And you guys are really on the verge of really being happy. Yeah, so let yourself be happy. You guys are right there. You guys are probably feeling really good right now, and let yourself feel good. Let yourself feel good. Don't diminish anything, like I said before, because you guys are really going to grow from this. You guys are really like on the verge of feeling like really happy, like truly, truly happy. And I think that if you allow yourself to grow and to feel happy, you guys could walk out of this month feeling like really good. Because as I see it right now, like I saw that there was like a light at the end of the tunnel. So that's good. Like already the baseline is set to where this month could really end on a good note for you guys. But I think it would really end on like a truly good note if you allow yourself to feel happy, allow yourself to grow. There's a lot of things going on within you, just dealing with all of this, and there's a lot of happiness that just wants to come out. And don't hold it in, don't try to restrict it, just let yourself blossom. And that's the guidance that I get for you guys for this month. So I really hope that you guys do that, because I really want you guys to be happy, and it sounds like you guys are right there. So just let it happen, basically. So I hope this guidance was helpful. If you haven't already hit subscribe, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop them below the description box. And I'll catch you in my next video.